What's up everybody, King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. In this video we're going to be talking about Kuswap as well as the KuCoin token. These things are on fire. It is basically day one, or we could say week one of this new blockchain, new farming, all that stuff. And you guys remember when Binance Smart Chain first started and how much it rocketed up. So I really want to give you guys as much updates as possible based on my thoughts about what can happen with the Kuswap token, the KuCoin token, and everything in the KuCoin ecosystem. So we're going to get straight into that. But first of all, if you guys are interested in looking at my videos up to 1 to 3 days early, then definitely check out my Patreon. If you join my Patreon, what you're going to get, like I said, there's really two things. You're going to be getting a Discord chat. It's already starting to get active in there, where we're talking about new stuff that's coming out on these different blockchains, and you're going to be getting my videos up to 3 days early, most likely 1 day early for the most part. And this stuff is time sensitive. Like I said, jumping in on KuCoin when it goes up 80% overnight, you're going to want to get in on that as early as possible. But let's get straight to it. So let's take a look at some of the price action right here. KuCoin up to $11.58. It's still well below its previous all-time high of $20 about 3 years ago. And I think earlier this year, let's just take a look at the 1 year chart. Earlier this year, it went pretty close, about $18.55. So it's still, I think, very, very undervalued as far as what can potentially happen on the KuCoin ecosystem overall. A lot of that's dependent on what developers are doing and what's going to be put out over time. But you know, the reason why it hit $18 previously was because there was a lot of hype for this KuCoin chain, or this KuCoin community chain, however you want to call it. There's a lot of hype once it was announced, and then the hype kind of died off over time. And now that it's launched, you can see that it's rising it back up yet again. So I do think it probably will touch $18, especially if the traction continues for KuCoin, just like with Binance Smart Chain, just like with Polygon, just like with a lot of these other blockchains. And again, one of the main things you need to know, guys, one of the things that make these side chains successful, these second layer solutions successful, is the fact that they need to get adoption quickly. They need to get hype quickly. If they don't have that, it doesn't really matter how good your system is. You need adoption from all angles in order for it to be successful in terms of pricing. And I think KuCoin definitely has the stuff very much like the Binance Smart Chain had with their token. So we can get into this a little bit more. This is the website Kuswap. Currently, there are 2 websites that I know of that are using the KuCoin chain right now. That is Kuswap, as well as this one right here. This one's called CoffeeSwap. Now, the reason why I'm focusing in on Kuswap is because they do have farming available, and they do have some plans that they're going to launch along the way. This definitely doesn't really, at least in my opinion, at first glance, it doesn't really look like a pump and dump clone project. You know, this was kind of like what happened with Polywhale. That was one of the first exchange/farms that came out on Polygon, and it was just a clone of Kuswap.finance. It seems to be a little bit more robust. It's sort of a clone of SushiSwap overall, but they are seeming to have a little bit more ideas than just slapping a new paint job on the system overall. So we're going to take a look at some of what I mean by that. They do have a Medium article here that discusses the tokenomics of the Kuswap ecosystem overall. So I highly recommend you guys read through this. I'm going to try to put this in the description. I know I forgot to actually put in the description the how to get involved on Kuswap before. Maybe I have to make a separate video about getting into the RPC network and everything like that. But nonetheless, they have a lot written here about what this token's going to do. They talk about their total hard cap supply, the emissions, what they're going to be doing with distributed funds. Now, I read through this and nothing seems that shady. They're not giving themselves, 25% of the entire supply or anything like that to dump on you later. They seem to have a very good spread of what they're going to be doing with the platform overall. And they do have some things in development in NFT marketplace. Now, a lot of the stuff that you're seeing that's quote unquote in development is pretty much copying the ideas of the other automated market makers like PancakeSwap and like SushiSwap, having the NFT marketplace, the lottery, the predictions, the lending platform. But if they do get all those things out in a timely manner and nobody else beats them to the punch, then you better believe that this is going to be one of your main staples on the KuCoin ecosystem for people to be doing trades. And that's where we want to look at next. So let's just look at how is Kuswap doing overall. Kuswap currently has $4 million of liquidity, and this is over a period of, I guess this is like 2 days. So 2 days ago, the liquidity was $800,000, and it has rocketed up since then. So I do think that this is going to go up a lot higher. I don't have QuickSwap pulled up, but QuickSwap has about $1 billion of liquidity overall, and we're going to do some other comparisons to QuickSwap too. The Kuswap token currently is trading at about $18 now. I don't think this is overvalued. I think that this can definitely go about 10x, and I'll give you guys my reasoning behind those numbers in a second. In the short term, and 10x is comparing it to QuickSwap. If we want to compare it to things like PancakeSwap, I think you're looking at somewhere around 30x to 20x for PancakeSwap / SushiSwap levels, but we'll look at those numbers in a second. So I don't think that the price of this coin is overvalued, but I do think that volatility is definitely possible, especially in the early days of these things. People kind of overhype themselves, they overbuy, and then they panic sell, and that's generally what happens. And then over time, things level out. Especially, the main thing that you guys are going to have to look for is, are they actually going forth with what they're saying, with their promises about what they're developing? If they, get things out in a timely manner, then if a dump does happen, which I'm not sure if the dump's going to happen at $20 or $100 or anything like that, but if a dump does happen, then you can rest easy as long as they're putting the rest of that stuff out there. So I tried to get a look at the total supply. This total supply I think is not accurate because I asked around in the Telegram as well. In the Telegram, the admin is telling me that the total supply, let's take a look and see, I have it written down here, it's about 550,000 tokens circulating. There is some non-circulating tokens that are probably included in this total supply as well. I think the sum funds are locked for about 12 months. So we're going to go ahead and go with the value that was told to me in Telegram, which is 550,000 tokens circulating total supply. So I went ahead and multiplied that by 20 to get the market cap of the Kuswap token, which is about $11 million. So not too shabby for, a platform that just really got off the ground this week for an $11 million market cap. We can take a look at the KuCoin market cap a little bit later. I want to compare that to PancakeSwap. So PancakeSwap currently has, let's just round it up and say a $3 billion market cap. So that's going to be putting it, like I said, that's a 30x from where we're at right now. So 11 billion, is that 30x or 300x? I guess 30x for 11 billion is going to be 33. Yeah, so that's actually a 300x if I'm not mistaken. My math is not good on the spot, guys. My math, it's either 30 or 300, but it's quite a lot of x's to get from $30 million to $3 billion. All right, so PancakeSwap, it's got a lot of room to grow there, but like I said, that is leaps and bounds. That is a best case scenario. We have a lot of other blockchains that are very popular that are nowhere near PancakeSwap or even SushiSwap. So if we look at SushiSwap, currently has a market cap of close to $2 billion. Same deal here. But can it get there? Like I said, it definitely has the potential. It has the right ingredients to get on this top 100 space. So I think I had this pulled up, but I had it pulled up wrong. So comparing it to QuickSwap, you can go ahead and get about an 8x from where QuickSwap is right now. QuickSwap has a market cap of $80 million. This is on the Polygon ecosystem. If KuCoin matches that of Polygon, then we're looking at, close to an 8x for the Kuswap token if it becomes the main staple of the platform overall and does similar things. And again, QuickSwap did the same thing. They pretty much copied the other automated market makers in terms of what you can do behind the scenes, and probably even less so than PancakeSwap and a few other things. So there is that. And then I think that's pretty much all I wanted to kind of compare it to. I did have it pulled up here, but this is when I thought it had $100 million market cap. But $11 million is pretty low, that there's positives and negatives to that. Positives is you can grow upwards of, like I said, about 300x from where you are right now. The negatives are because you have such a low market cap of only, I know only is kind of a, you might laugh that off, of only about $11 million. Then there's a lot of room for it to not be successful and just go under, and nobody really care about it that much. So the risk is there, but the reward will also be there if this thing does pay off. They do a lot of other really cool stuff here behind the scenes. You actually earn fees. So if you make a swap on Kuswap, you get 100% of the fee returned in Kuswap tokens. So I actually earned a lot from doing that. This is a pretty cool feature, and then you can kind of hold your Kuswap tokens and see what happens with the price, or sell them right away. So that's a pretty cool additional feature with it. And additionally, like I said, they have stuff in development, and the admin in the Telegram actually just mentioned this. They're working on some of the stuff behind the scenes right now. So I'm going to be staying as up to date as possible with Kuswap overall. But like I said, there are plenty of other stuff probably going to be popping out of the woodworks in the KuCoin chain. Just be careful of scams. There's like, whenever you have a lot of money flowing in one area, you're gonna have a lot of good stuff and a lot of just scammers trying to steal your money. So just be careful. Don't jump in everything. You know, bars no hold. Do a little bit of research with some of this stuff, and always proceed with caution at all times. But you know, another thing, like I think on the 10th or 11th, the stablecoin pairs are going to be added to the KuCoin chain, smart chain. So what that means is you're going to have these coins that are kind of speculatively backed by KuCoin be less speculatively backed by like USDC and USDT, which is going to add a lot more buyers into the ecosystem. That's what I think. That's why I think the price of this coin, both of these coins, can go up a lot more once those stable coins do hit the market. So I'm looking forward to that. And there's a lot of other stuff to look forward to here with Kuswap as well. And again, if any shady stuff happens, like not shady stuff, but bad stuff, like Phantom, you have issues with the bridge, then I will update you guys with this. But I'm really, really glad that like Phantom doesn't really have that good of a team. I think KuCoin's team is going to be better than Phantom and a lot of these other baby blockchains popping up out of the woodworks. All right, that is everything for today, guys. Again, if you want to catch these videos early, if you don't want to miss out on any of my updates that are definitely time sensitive, if you're looking to kind of make a quick trade, then that Patreon is available for you guys. It is not mandatory, but it will help my channel out a lot and motivate me to make more videos. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.